just like that, the New Orleans Saints have been eliminated. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will advance to the NFC Championship game to take on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I gotta say this, man. We've all suspected that this is the last season for Drew Brees. It looks like he's planning to retire after this game. If this is the last we've seen of Drew Brees, this is a horrible way to go out. I mean, this is one of the worst performances we've seen by an all-time great quarterback in quite some time. Honestly, I don't think anything's going to top Marino's last performance ever in his career. But this one, it's going to be up there. Not as bad as Marino's, but this one's definitely going to be up there. Drew Brees was awful today. And even though the score is close, Drew Brees was absolutely awful today. He threw 3 interceptions, and they all were costly. All of them were costly, and they all went for points, and it was just absolutely pathetic. Drew Brees he couldn't throw the ball 20-plus yards. He could not throw the ball deep. And at the end of the day, all the weaknesses of this Saints team came back and bite them. Drew Brees lost them this game today. The fact that he can't throw the ball down the field anymore, the fact that they rely on Alvin Kamara far too much, what can I say? In the playoff game, you have Michael Thomas, 0 catches, 0 yards. Alvin Kamara gets held to under 100 yards rushing. The best play the Saints had the entire game was on a trick play that was thrown for a touchdown. Who threw that touchdown? Jameis Winston. It's tough to say, but Jameis Winston probably should have gone in this game at some point because Winston would have given the team a better chance to win than Drew Brees. It's such a sad day when you have to say Jameis Winston gives you a better chance to win than Drew Brees. Drew, Father Time has caught up with you. I'm pretty sure you know it yourself. It's probably over. It's time for Drew to retire. His career is most likely done, but this is a sad way to see Brees go out. Just a sad, sad way for him to go out, man. Yet another year, another disappointing year for the New Orleans Saints. And you know what? I got to say this too. This right here just goes to show that if you waste an elite quarterback's talent and you don't support him with the right cast and you don't help him out during his prime years, man, you're not, at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to make up for that. You're going to end up regretting it for the most part. They wasted the prime years of Drew Brees. From 2011 to 2016, Drew Brees' career was getting wasted in New Orleans. They did not surround him with the pieces he needed, and they certainly did not surround him with the defense to make stops. We've talked about that 2015 defense all season. That was one of the worst defenses we've ever seen, man. One of the worst defenses, and that is what he had to deal with during the prime of his career. I still remember those games. Having to see Drew Brees wake up on a Sunday knowing he has to drop 35 points and hope his team doesn't give up 40. What can you do? What can you actually do at that point? It's just bad. It's honestly just bad. It's quite disappointing, in fact. You know, I feel like teams honestly take for granted what they can get for a quarterback. They just throw him in there and say he's an elite talent, he's this, that. He can carry the franchise. Well, when you do that and you don't support him and you don't give him the proper support he has, then by the time he reaches the end of his career, you're going to have those pieces. And guess what? They're not going to mean a damn thing because you waited far too long to put any support around him. Drew Brees' career was wasted for a good 5 to 6 years in New Orleans because they didn't surround him with the proper talent. And to make it worse, when they did surround him with proper talent, guess what happened? Just heartbreaking loss with the Minneapolis Miracle. After heartbreaking loss in the NFC Championship game. After heartbreaking loss in the first round against the Minnesota Vikings. To now, losing in the divisional round. Losing at home yet again. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. If you're the Saints moving forward, obviously, you know, this is probably Drew Brees' last ride. He's probably out after this. He's going to most likely retire. This may be it for him. And it sucks to see him go down like this, and it sucks to see his team. No. Screw the team. It sucks to see him go down like this because he's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play this game. But this is it for him, man. He's done. He can't continue. He cannot move forward anymore. Father Time has claimed Drew Brees, and it's time for him to head on out. I don't got much to say about the defense because, like, again, when Brees is throwing 3 interceptions and putting the Bucs on short fields, what do you expect the defense to do? That's all I can really say about that. They had their opportunities, weren't able to capitalize on them, so it is what it is. As for Brady, Brady continues to stiff arm Father Time. Father Time has not claimed him yet, and he continues to do what he's doing, and he's going back to another championship game. This time, it's in the NFC. Brady in this game looked nice. He threw 2 touchdowns. Probably should have had a third one if, believe what, Godwin should have caught that. It is what it is. He had a touchdown pass to Fournette and a touchdown pass to Mike Evans. And he also had a rushing touchdown because he got to squeeze that in. So good for Brady. Really helped this team get this win. Really just showing that he's still playing at this elite level despite his age. He still has some left in the tank. And honestly, I don't see him slowing down until Father Time comes to claim his football soul. So we'll see what happens with Brady. But he's going up against Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship game. And this one's going to be good because, everyone talks about the GOAT conversation and all this other stuff. And I'm not really going to pick who my GOAT is. I'm not going to talk about that. And if you pick Aaron Rodgers to be your GOAT, that's cool. If you have Tom Brady, that's great. But I know how people look at that debate. All I know is we've been waiting to see these two match up in the postseason game for the longest. Obviously, we wanted that to be in the Super Bowl because, Brady was in New England and Aaron Rodgers has been in Green Bay. But that never seemed to come to fruition. So now we can see Brady and the Bucs travel to Lambeau Field to take on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. And like I said, Aaron, there will be no excuses for you. I don't care who is coming to you. At the end of the day, you're at home. You're playing at an elite level. You look like the MVP. Your team has everything you need to get to the Super Bowl. Get the job done, Aaron Rodgers. There will be no excuses for you. If we're sitting here next week and the Green Bay Packers are not going to the Super Bowl, I'm going to hold Aaron Rodgers accountable. I don't care what the defense does. Aaron, seize the moment. Win this game and take your team to the Super Bowl. I wanted 1 or 2 players to be in the Super Bowl in terms of the NFC side. Of course, in the AFC side, as a Ravens fan, I wanted Lamar Jackson to be there, but obviously that's not going to happen anytime soon until the Baltimore Ravens make a lot of changes. But in terms of the NFC, I wanted either Brees or Rodgers in the Super Bowl. And since Brees is out, Rodgers is going to have to carry it. So you're going to have to carry it, and you're going to have to stop Tom Brady and this Bucs team because right now they're on fire. And honestly, I really don't remember the last time somebody stopped Tom Brady when he's hot. I'm just saying. When the guy is on his money and he's playing his game and he's just balling, I don't remember the last time he's been stopped by anybody. So it's going to be an interesting fight. I wish the Packers the best of luck. Also, congratulations to the Bucs once again for getting to the NFC Championship game. What's this, the first time since 2002, the year you guys won the Super Bowl? So yeah, it's been a long ride for the Bucs. They've waited for this moment, but it is what it is. You got Brady, you bought all these weapons in, and you got a solid defense. You did what you needed to do, and now you're where you needed to be. You're in the championship game. At the end of the day, obviously, you're still shooting for Super Bowl, and you will have that opportunity when you go up to Green Bay next week. We'll see what you guys are able to do there in Lambeau Field. If you guys can get the win, hey, we'll see what happens. And like I said, if Tom Brady and the Bucs win the Super Bowl, I don't care what anyone wants to say. Tom Brady is going to be considered the GOAT. History only remembers the winners, and nobody has won more than this guy. But, when he was doing that in New England, everybody said Tom Brady, it was more of Bill Belichick than Tom Brady, or Tom Brady doesn't deserve all the praise because of this, and that. If he went all the way to the other conference, the NFC. Everyone talked about how Brady was in the AFC least and stuff like that. So he went to the NFC South, and he had to deal with Drew Brees and the Saints team. And, you had to deal with the Falcons and the Panthers, but mostly that Saints team, who, by the way, won the division and blew out this team twice. So Brady and the Bucs got blown out by the Saints twice in the regular season, and the Saints won the division. So you cannot sit here and say, oh, Brady has an easy ride to the championship game. Because now he's going to go up against the number 1 seeded Packers and Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau Field. If Brady gets past that and then gets to the Super Bowl and beats either the Chiefs or the Bills, whoever's there, Tom Brady is going to have to be the undisputed GOAT because nobody else would have done that. One thing we talk about Peyton Manning, he went to 2 different teams and won Super Bowls with them. At this point, Brady got 6 with the Patriots. If he goes out and wins a Super Bowl with the Bucs, you cannot deny this man is the GOAT. He will be the undisputed GOAT. I don't care what you want to say about the cheating this, cheating that, cheating that. No. He will be considered the GOAT because nobody in the history of the game would have been able to pull this off. Not to mention, if Brady and the Bucs get to the Super Bowl, that'll be the first time in NFL history that the team that's hosting the Super Bowl will be playing in the Super Bowl. Because the Super Bowl is going to be in Tampa Bay this year. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We will definitely see what happens. Best of luck to those 2 competitors in the NFC Championship game. Best of luck to the 2 AFC competitors in the AFC Championship game. It's going to be a great matchup of games. You've got the number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed in the AFC. And now you got the number 1 seed versus who? Number 1 seed versus the number 5 seed in the NFC. Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. And Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. It should be a great matchup. We'll see what happens there. But with that being said, that's all I got. And that's all the games for this night. So I'm going to just chillax, man. This week, we're going to be talking about the Ravens, improvements that need to be made, improvements with the players, improvements with the offense, improvements with the coaching staff, and just improvements in general. So we'll see what happens. We'll talk about that this week. With that being said, that is all I got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.